became aware of Light of Life in the summer of 1996 through pirate baseball and Word Radio. Talked with the executive director at the time to see if there was an opportunity where I could help. I said I'd pretty much do anything. The opportunity to be involved with that and to be a very small part of that, even if it's cooking green beans at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning on a holiday, is very special to me. Tunch has said to me for years that his heroes are the guys in the program and the staff at Light of Life, and firsthand I know what that's all about because of the dedication that the employees have brought to Light of Life and the hard work and the commitment that the clients have made to make a change in their lives is absolutely remarkable. There's so many things that we take for granted as regular course of everyday, normal living for you and I that aren't necessarily normal living for people that are homeless or on the street or in the circumstances that they find themselves. That's what we're all about here. That's what we're all about. The healing power that comes from Jesus Christ through Light of Life. I know many of the components of the program are just basic life skills, how to do a checkbook, how to just use it. If you're part of a dysfunctional family or you are in the grip of a drug or alcohol addiction, it takes everything away from you. Think for a moment what it would be like if your home was gone, if your car was gone, if your bank account was empty, your spouse was gone, your children were gone, and all that you had left was the clothes on your back and you were standing under one of the bridges downtown. Drugs and alcohol don't care. They don't care what you have or who you are, where you are in life. They'll take everything you have and will give you nothing back. Unlike the Lord, who will give you everything and ask nothing in return. You see an opportunity that you can use your talents, the talents that God has given you in your employment or in your life or in your family, to share that with somebody that really needs it. Light of Life has a lot of opportunity to do that. I can say for the years that I've been involved with Light of Life, I always get more than I give. Even when there's times when I feel like, oh, boy, it's early in the morning, or I'm not sure I really want to go or really want to do this. I come away so fulfilled. Consider that you very well could change somebody's life. It's easy to give your money. It's a little harder to give your time and your effort, but the rewards are phenomenal.
My dad and I had a very special relationship as when I was a young kid. You know, I was Daddy's little girl, and you know, he was like the man in my life, and you know, and all that stuff that you read about. And by the time I was about 22, my dad wanted nothing to do with me. I mean, he was pretty much disgusted with me. I did spend about 20 years after high school addicted to drugs and alcohol, living various places, on the streets, in cars. My life was such a mess. And I think he was so disappointed in me that you know, he didn't even want to acknowledge me at that point. With the urging of my parents, of course, went into recovery, and I went to rehab. My 20th day of rehab, the staff had told me that the money had run out on my insurance, my government insurance, and that I was going to have to leave the next day. And I went back to my room that night. It was the first time I ever got down on my knees and prayed. And the next day, the staff came to me and they said that they had 2 charity nights, that they were going to let me stay for free for 2 nights. So in those extra 2 days, they found me a place to go, and I went to POWER, which is Pennsylvania Organization for Women in Early Recovery. I spent 6 months there. Of course, after that, all I could think about was I wanted a job, an apartment, a car, you know, this, that, everything else. I wanted to go back to school, and I wanted to do everything. I didn't have any money, but I wanted it all at that point. And I can remember nothing working for me. No, I couldn't get any loans, I mean, just nothing was going right for me. And POWER had talked about Light of Life. I spent a little over a year in the Light of Life program, and it was just an amazing experience for me. I really developed my personal relationship with God at Light of Life. I have seen so many miracles come out of that place, and I know that it's just going to get bigger and better. And I'm so happy to be a part of it. I'm just so grateful for everything that I have today. You know, my life is not perfect, but I wouldn't change a thing.
My story begins with pretty much the same story as other people's does. I was out on the street homeless, running amok basically with doing drugs every day, drinking every day. Very shallow life, and it was very rough, very rough. Though my family loves me like there was no other, they finally stopped enabling me. And believe it or not, that was the best thing in the world that they could ever do, because that got me to hit rock bottom. And by hitting rock bottom, it left me no other alternative but to seek help. Fortunately, there are programs out there that can help you. I've tried a few of the other ones that were 2-week programs. No success. They'd hold you off for a couple months and you'd be clean, but then you'd come right back to it again, and when you come back hard and strong. And it doesn't take long for you to hit rock bottom right back again. Then something through a church that my sister went to guided me to Light of Life Rescue Missions. I still wasn't admitting that I had a problem, that I deserved to be in a place like this, like Light of Life Rescue Missions. Because I'm looking around and I'm seeing the clientele that's there, and I'm thinking, oh, this ain't me. I'm not at this point. But little did I know I was. You know, you got to accept it and you got to admit that you have this problem before you can go anywhere, and you got to want the help. And I wanted the help, but I wanted the quick fix, and I didn't want to have to go through any programs again. Finally, I called up my sister, and I was just staying at a friend's house because I had nowhere to live, so I was bouncing from friend to friend. And I said, I'm ready. And so she picked me up, and her and my mother drove me down to Light of Life Rescue Missions. I am really convinced right now that Light of Life Rescue Missions is a vessel of Christ. There's no doubt about it as I look at it, because it lets you see all the other people that are just like you. And you get to recognize that, wow, you know, I'm no different than any of these people that have no place to live, you know, and that are on drugs and that are drinking. And the whole time that I was downstairs for the 2 weeks, and then as soon as we moved up, they started introducing me to different classes that they have. It gave us tools to use for when we do make it through the program. And then after that first 6 months, by this time, you've gotten a hold on a little bit on what's going on. And you think that would be enough, and you'd be so grateful for that. But then Light of Life turns around and gives you the opportunity and the knowledge of striving yourself for more education now. So here they come giving you love, understanding, classes, food, room, drink, everything you need to sustain. And now they're gonna turn around and they're gonna help you with finances. They're gonna help you find the finances to get you back in school, to help you strive towards what you wanna do in life. They've given you the time to think about what you love in life and what makes you happy. Now they're gonna help you obtain that too. I mean, it's wonderful what they do for you. I run on ambulance now. I've been doing it for 6 years, and I'm out there helping lives now, just like mine was helped. So my life is so fulfilled now. I got Christ in me. He guides me every step of the way. And without him, you're not going to get healed. I mean, you can have all the programs in the world, but without getting Christ into your life, you're not going to get healed. You're not going to stay healed, because he is the power, he is the strength, and fortunately, he gives us vessels like Light of Life Rescue Mission to save us. That's why I say I'm so convinced that Light of Life is a vessel of Christ, because they give you everything that you need to get your life back. I got mine back.